And that is exactly the problem, Joe. That's exactly the problem. Why weren't you finished counting on the night of the election? Why did you continue to count the day after the election? And then the day after that? And then the day following that, you were elected president. What's going on, Joe? What took you so long? Are you guys really mailing ballots in from across seas on huge ships? Is this really taking place? Because I've seen some records out there. I've seen some receipts. And it's not looking good. But see, I don't want to focus too much on Joe Biden in this broadcast. See, in this broadcast, I want to talk about my boy Hunter. Oh yeah, Hunter Biden. Hey, what's going on, Hunter? How you been? You see, the media is in the pockets of the Democratic Party. CBS, CNN, Fox News, ooh, MSNBC, CSNBC, all of these different networks that we see at home, uh, social media platforms such as Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, or in other words, YouTube. All of these media platforms have put Biden in front, have elected Biden. But one thing they haven't done is told the truth or even shared what's taking place with Hunter Biden. Oh, yeah. Oh, you didn't know what was taking place with Hunter Biden? Him sitting on the board at Burisma Holdings? See, we're going to get into some stuff here today. And this is what I want to help people understand is that you have to stop being the pawn in their chess game. You see, we've become so comfortable with being a pawn in their chess game that we lose focus. We don't even care about what's really taking place and what's happening in our society because we're so caught up in what's taking place and what's happening on the political level of just watching it like a football game. This is my favorite team. You're rooting for the Democrats. I'm rooting for the Republicans. My team wins. Yay, I go back to work. I go back to my life. Everything's good. But what's really happening? This socialistic oligarchies are starting to take position. And see, what you don't know what's happening behind the scenes is that all of these people are going to be held accountable under the Trump administration. You see, the media really is fake news. And this is all going to be exposed once the truth about this voter fraud comes out. But like I said, I wanted to focus my attentions on Hunter Biden. Um, this guy here, Hunter Biden, ooh, he's got some stuff to him. You know, I was listening to a radio show the other day, and this guy was just he was sharing a lot of good information about Hunter Biden that I just didn't know. Uh, you can look this information up too as well about Hunter Biden. But if you didn't know, I'm going to educate you today about Hunter Biden. But hold on, let me just share my screen for a second. Give me a little second here. I'm going to pull up some stuff, and we're just going to see a little bit of history on Hunter Biden. What has Hunter been up to before he even got into the position of being on the board of Burisma Holdings? So as we can see here, his early years, you know, he went to law school. Uh, says Biden accepted a position at a baking holding company, MBNA America, a major contributor to his father's political campaign. So we can see that Hunter started off early in his father's campaign. Hunter, if anybody doesn't know, Joe Biden had a family that died in a car accident, and Hunter Biden is one of his surviving sons. This is his second family. I don't know. I'm not sure if he has any other kids, but I know right now. I just know I'm speaking on Hunter right now, but I know he did have a family prior, and his prior wife and son had passed away in a car accident. But we're focusing our attentions on Hunter Biden here. As we know, he did take place in the U.S. military, and they're saying that he wasn't dishonorably discharged, that he was honorably discharged. See, I like the way the media takes narratives that they want to create and how they make them nice and fluffy to the ears of the listeners. They're trying to appease their democratic lovers, right? This is what's happening, right? And when I speak, it seems like I speak from the position of being a Republican, but I want to help you understand there. My views are conservative, but I have a liberal respect as well. So I like to deem myself uh, liberal, conservative, conservative, liberal, however you want to pair those words together. But my life is my life. I stand in the middle. And here at Gorilla Truth, we tell people all the time that any paradigm that you have that you're standing amongst, we don't stand amongst any paradigms here. We just deal with the facts and facts only. So let's take a look at some more stuff here with Hunter Biden. Like I said, Joe Biden had a previous family. He's a surviving son. Now he went to the military and he was quote unquote honorably discharged. What I really want to talk about is his investments. How did he become who we know today as the guy that worked at Burisma Holdings and was making up to $50,000 per month? How did that even partake? So when you're privileged, right? Three of his college roommates they came together: Hunter Biden, his friend Archer, and Hines. I'm trying to see what was the first names. His friend, Biden served up to. Okay, right here. With his friends Christopher Hines, John Kerry's stepson, and Devin Archer. So it was Christopher Hines, the stepson to John Kerry. If you everybody know who John Kerry was, he was Secretary of State under Obama. But remember he ran for president 1 year too as well. Christopher Hines, his stepson, um, Devin Archer, and Hunter Biden. Now, when it came to Burisma Holdings, before they had a holding company prior to that, the BHR partners, Hunter Biden and his two friends, they started up a holding company in college, an investment firm, and everything was going really, really well. They experienced a little bit of success, but what ended up happening was that they kind of parted ways once Devin Archer and Hunter Biden decided to join the board of Burisma Holdings. Now, why did they choose to part ways when it came to what would seem to any other investment company or, you know what I'm saying, some up and coming young men, a great opportunity? Uh, why did they give that up? But I mean, why did Christopher Hines didn't want to be a part of that? But you know who did? Biden and Archer. They joined it. They jumped right on the board, and they said right here that Hunter Biden was receiving up to $50,000 per month just for working on the board. Now this is one question that we have to ask, right? So we're going to look at the timeline. We're not going to get too deep. We're going to look at the timeline. So you went from college, creating a firm, military, honorably discharged for smoking crack cocaine. Maybe uh, he got caught. He got kicked out because of a drug habit. When we look at the laptop, and there's pictures out there on the internet. Rudy Giuliani has the laptop. He has the information, but on the laptop it shows him smoking crack out of a crack pipe. And he's saying that he was quote unquote audibly discharged. So after this, he then gets a job working at Burisma Holdings, sitting on the board right here. Biden joined the board of Burisma Holdings, owned by Ukrainian oligarch and former politician Mykola Zalogovitsky. I try my best there. Facing money laundering investigation just after the Ukrainian revolution in April 2014. Says Biden was hired to help Burisma with corporate governance best practices while still an attorney with Boyce Schiller Flexer. So look at right here. Boyce Schiller Flexer is a national law firm based in New York City. The firm was founded by David Boyce and John. So, okay, so he was working. This is the thing about it. When you're privileged, you get just have these different opportunities. Guy gets kicked out. He gets to work at a law firm, creates holding companies with his friends. It's a great job working in a foreign policy. Now, remind you, Joe Biden was just given. This is during the Obama administration, so Joe Biden was just given pretty much the rights to be over the Ukrainian government to help with any foreign type of like discrepancies when it came to money. There's a word that I'm looking for, but I can't quite find it right now. But like I said, I'm not here to be politically correct. So if you want to know the information, you go look a little deeper yourself. But come to find out that he definitely had some kind of like he was an overseer of Ukrainian foreign uh handlings when it comes to business, dealing with the states and things like that. And it was just funny because wouldn't that, my guys, think about that. Wouldn't that be a conflict of interest for you? Like, understand what's taking place here. This guy is just easily able to just start working at a law firm, create uh, a, a investment firm with his friends, and then gets a $50,000 a month job. I say, come on, it's got to be good being the son of a politician. It's got to be a great life. I mean, it really does have to be a great life to be a son of a politician. But I really want people to understand what's taking place and what's happening here in our society. And if we don't get on top of things now, if we don't know the true story of what's taking place, then we will forever just be just lost in the sauce, tossed in the sauce. And we think everything is okay, but it's not. People, everything is not okay. We really need to know, why was this story suppressed? What is going on with Hunter Biden's laptop? So, like I said, this guy here joined Burisma Holdings. Now, when I had mentioned that Devin Archer, and Christopher Hines all were business partners, they, had an investment firm. But why didn't Christopher Hines want to join him and Archer when it came to the Burisma Holdings opportunity? I mean, court paperwork shows that these guys were receiving every month 80 up to $80,000 sometimes, and received payments for both of them monthly from Burisma Holdings. They actually pulled up records of their bank accounts and showed for about a year and 7 months, they both were receiving direct deposit payments from Burisma Holdings right into their accounts. Now, what's the problem with working with Burisma Holdings? Well, the Ukrainian oligarch Mykola Zolovedovetsky, I'm gonna try my best, was on the run from the government. Yes, this guy was on the run for crimes against his country. He was on the run. So he's owned by a Ukrainian oligarch, right? Who's on the run, hiding. We're trying to find him. But then here comes Joe Biden's son, who takes a position at the guy's holding company, Burisma Holdings, and he's on the board. And what is Biden, Hunter Biden doing on the board? Oh, he's here to help make decisions. Look at it, it says Biden was hired to help Burisma with corporate governance best practices. What kind of experience did Hunter Biden have in a holding and dealing with holding companies? I mean, so you say, oh, he started an investment firm, but what does he know about what's going on in Ukraine? Just out of nowhere, he just got the job. It has nothing to do with, like, does he speak Ukrainian? I mean, what does he know about the government over there? I mean, what does he know about? So you want to tell me, oh, he's on there to help them with the paperwork? Yeah, yeah, yeah. It sounds good, but when your father is put in position, when your father is put in position to oversee this country, and he puts his son on the board of an oligarch that's on the run of his company, puts his son on the board to a oligarch who's on the run from the law. That see, but if you try to bring this up in the media, see when Donald Trump had that second when they had that second debate, and people were like, now the first one I think it was when he brought up Hunter Biden and the smoking crack and things like that. And Joe Biden tried to play, "Oh, I'm very proud of my son." Of course, nobody wants to try to knock your son for smoking crack. People deal with situations, problems like that all the time. But what we're trying to point out to people is that why isn't the media going hard on that? Like pulling that up, the fact that not that he was just smoking crack, but that he was dishonorably discharged, working at a law firm, and then given a position at Burisma Holdings, a company owned by an oligarch that was on the run. And then the records are showing that payments received for the last year and 7 months were received by him and Devin Archer. Payments directly into their accounts every month, direct deposits of 80 grand in total between the both of them. Every month for up to like a year and 7 months from Burisma Holdings. Now, the funny thing about this too, as well, is that the Ukrainian oligarch who's on the run, we'll just call her Mikola. Mikola's on the run, right? Now they said he had 23, I think it was it million? I think it was a million. I don't want to go crazy, but it was $23 million that was that was locked up while he was on the run. It was held up. His finances were seized. But it's funny, once Hunter Biden got into position, right? That that cease was lifted. He was able to retrieve his money, the $23 million, and do whatever it is he needed to do while he was on the run. Why is America over in Ukraine? Like, isn't that what? Now think about the conflict of interest, right? You're America. Why is the vice president's son working with a Ukrainian company owned by an oligarch that's on the run? I said, when you put everything into perspective, it's just not making sense, Joe. It, for me, it's just not making sense. And I said one thing sometimes, I said for me, when things don't make sense, oh man, when things don't make sense, I I tend to get a little I tend to get a little teary eyed because when things don't make sense, man, I have to pull up this clip here because this clip right here always expresses how I feel when I feel like I'm being attacked and things aren't going my way. I just
Matters. Telling the truth matters. Being a good person matters. Telling the truth matters. And it's
and I say that because I I'm not trying to be funny. I, I just like to use that clip there to help you understand that I like things to be fair. I like to be even kill. I like to know what's going on my sub. I don't want to just say, "Hey, make me a turkey sub and put whatever you like on it." No, I like to explain to you what I would like on my sub. When I get my sub and I bite it, I like for it to taste that way. See, with the Democrats, life doesn't work like that. You see, there are so many things that are happening behind the scenes that people don't even understand or realize. And right now, there's a lot of celebrating going on. There's a lot of celebrating going on. People are all like, "Oh yeah, Trump's out of here. Oh, the president, he sucks. He's a racist." But you can't find me one clip with Trump saying something racist. I could pull up a whole bunch of clips of Joe Biden saying racist things. But this is what I want to help people understand that at Gorilla Truth, I just want to be able to help you get a better perspective of what's taking place behind the government. So now we know that Hunter Biden worked for Burisma Holdings, a Ukrainian owned company that was owned by the oligarch Mikola, who's currently on the run from the government, right? And the vice president's son who works for them receives up to 50 grand a month with him and his friend Devin Archer. Christopher Hines backed out of it. He said he didn't like that. See, he already knew. See, when you have integrity as a person, you're like, bro, we already built this company. Why y'all about to go over there and team up with them? They over there, they got some shady Dillons over there. Why would you even go over there? Buying like, man, my dad told me to go over there because they about to break some bread with me and my pops. You know what I'm saying? Me and my pops about to get this bag real quick. So like, let me go over here and do this, and we just gonna keep. See, not everybody's a fool. Not everybody's a fool. You can't fool everybody. Not everybody's going to go for your crap. Not everybody's going to go for your crap, Hunter Biden. So what's on that laptop? That's my next follow up on Hunter Biden. What's on that laptop? I've heard some disturbing, very, very disturbing things. Now we always hear stories and they get suppressed, but here on Gorilla Truth, we're gonna put these stories on the table. Just like the cross says at the bottom, we're not here to be politically correct, correct politically. So as you tune in and you listen to this podcast, I want you to get an understanding that this is really for you to go out and do your own research. I'm just putting this on the table because it was put on the table in front of me. I'm only putting this on the table because it was put on the table in front of me. So, Hunter Biden, we really need to see what's been going on over there with Burisma. Maybe this information to come out. Like I said, there has been court holdings and proceedings where people are actually talking about this information. What was taking place and why is it being suppressed? Why isn't the media anybody talking about it? But like I said, either the case, we will get to the bottom of this and we will have justice. So thank you for tuning into this episode. I'll be back with you soon. Stay free and stay true. Peace.